please start us with an opening statement.
Well, another SEC weekend. I'm excited to know that we have a sellout here in Mizzou Arena. It just speaks volumes to our crowd, our fan base, our community, and I want to thank them for that. Definitely will need them to do so in every remaining home game to cheer us on, because this is an exciting place. The other thing is just being able to manage the emotions of a game where you have the electricity there. You can't get too far ahead of yourself nor too far behind. So I want our guys to continue to execute offensively and defensively and do the small things. Obviously, Mark Mitchell, the importance that he does for our team may not have been in double digits, but he was still a major contributor with his unselfish play, his rebounding, and his ability. Trent Pierce stepped up big time in several ways, not only catching and shooting, but being able to execute around the basket, get to the free throw line. Those things are important. Ended up with 9 rebounds. So for me, being able to see our team continue to evolve, he's the 6th player this season to score 20 points in a game. It just speaks that anybody at any time can step up. So that's about it.
Questions?
Coach, when the rotation shrinks down to basically 7 guys like you had against A&M, just what are kind of the benefits and challenges of doing that?
Fatigue is always a factor. Foul trouble is also a factor whenever you're shrinking rotation. I just thought that style of play was conducive for the guys that I played, especially with what I saw leading into the game from a practice standpoint. So it's nothing against the other guys. I still want our guys to be able to be prepared to play. This game is definitely, without a doubt, going to be a difficult one. Their center, Modest, he does a great job of drawing fouls, so we got to make sure that those aren't just all coming from Sean Phillips Jr. and that those are distributed. So I have to play another post player because he is one of the top players at drawing fouls and getting to the line. So I don't want to stagnate our physicality, our interior play, our interior defense by throwing and putting all that stress on Sean Phillips. So for me, that's probably those couple things. The positive of that is guys just being able to look at who's playing, and that's the rotational guys that have been contributing all season more consistently than others. That's the positive of it. Guys being able to play major minutes from Cruz to Ant. Everybody was above pretty much 20 minutes of play, and you're basically taking out anybody that has played single-digit minutes.
Dennis, what do you think has been the importance of being flexible and adjustments for you, the coaching staff and the players so far, where you've dealt with injuries throughout conference play, dealt with different players going through ebbs and flows? Just what do you think has been the importance of being able to adjust to that game to game?
The importance is a relationship with your players so that they can understand the reasons why you make decisions without questioning them. It's a long season, and whether it's Trent Pierce not being pushed as hard as I could have to get him prepared for non-conference, I wanted to make sure that we keep him in a position where we can use him this way in our conference. That the other part in that is making sure your team doesn't sort of lose its confidence. We've had games in our non-conference where that could have happened, but the big picture is that they've never wavered, and they've endured the storm, the ridicule, and everything else just to be able to get to a preparation. We hadn't played with our entire team yet this season. Honor Boateng's season-ending injury doesn't allow us to. We still have Javon Porter preparing to get back in action, and right now he's not in that position to do so. So he's another DNP this game due to injury. So, but he's progressing well. So my thing is trying to get our team in a position where we keep getting better. At this phase, everybody looks at March as the madness. February is just as responsible for madness than March. So I want our guys to continue to learn the situations from each game, understand that there's going to be possession by possession games, get used to it. But you never know what can defeat you. It could be something that happens in the first 5 minutes. It can be how you close the first half, how you open the second half, and obviously whatever mistake happens or takes place. So you got to be able to capitalize on it and continue to get better. And that's what our team has done through these ebb and flows. We've gotten better. We've committed to player development, as we always have. Our strength and conditioning coach, Sean Conity, has done a great job. Chris Parent, our trainer, has done a great job. They have been very busy, I can tell you that, and their work and them being on the same page is important as well. And I just thank our parents for allowing us to make the decisions that we've made to keep our kids safe, but also get them in the return to play.
Coach, Jake Stone has talked about how the players have to understand there's going to be ebbs and flows to the season. How have you kept them from getting discouraged when they encounter some of the ebbs instead of the flows?
Well, I'm not a negative coach. I stand on the railroad and I take full responsibility publicly for any mistake that has happened, any loss, anything. I don't put my guys under the bus. I love on them, I care about them, and they know what's in my heart. I demand from them in my own special way. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be obnoxious. It can be in my own personal way because of that relationship. We have a culture that allows space for them to make mistakes without looking at it like it's the end of the world if that risk isn't accomplished. So I want them to play free. I want these guys to continue to explore. But I understand this. When we win, it's because of them and the staff. And when we lose, it's because of me. And that's how I always approach this game. And that in itself allows players to see you who you are and see you for that exact thing.
Dennis, when you face a series of games where you really needed to pick up some wins, how much do you draw on your mid-major, your Horizon League experience where that was your route into the tournament?
You make a good point. NCAA tournament in the Horizon League is about a weekend of games, and sometimes the conference tournament began a week before the actual in-person tournament in Indianapolis. And they did a great job of giving us some madness in these situations, some tight games. So I always draw on all of my experiences, not just as a head coach, but my years, 20 years as an assistant as well, has helped me see the game the way that it has been seen. There's been some big games that I've been able to coach in, big games in the tournament, conference tournaments that I've been able to coach in against some great players and great teams. So for me, being able to use my experiences, you guys know I don't panic about much, so it's because of my experiences, but also the work that I do in preparation to make sure my team's staff and the organization is running how it needs to run. I don't need to stand on a soapbox and have a parade and let everybody know certain things. I'll take the responsibilities when I take it, and I have confidence in our guys, especially when you have pieces of the puzzle that needs to be put together. Players don't see the big picture either. They have to stay in the moment and execute that day. So the most important game is our next game. So that I got them in that phase, I have to look forward and look at the big picture and see how I can get the best out of everybody.
You're playing on Valentine's Day night, this game against Texas. So I guess in the spirit of love, what would you love your team to do against the Longhorns instead?
That's a great question. I like how you said that, man. Hey, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So in all love, I just want to make sure that our fans understand that the players that walk on that floor with the jersey on, that they have an infectious and unconditional amount of love and respect for what they see, right? They see people enduring the ups and downs. They see fans being able to support us, and we don't just do it for us, we do it for them as well. And they have been a major part of what we've been able to do in this building. You can play well, but you can still lose a game, and there's no question about our guys' efforts, and there's no question about our fans' efforts at all, because we know what it's built on. It's built on love, it's built on trust, it's built on toughness, it's built on our 8 core values. So I appreciate that question. Well done, well said.
One last question for Coach.
Coach, with Dalen Swain, what goes into trying to slow him down coming into this game?
Well, I recruited Dalen Swain at Cleveland State and then offered him a scholarship here when I first got to Missouri. A player that was not the best player on his AAU team, but he was very young for his age, very young, very versatile. He's a first team all conference guy. He's a pro. He's a kid that is very, very important to what Texas does. And he does a lot of things defensively, offensively. There's not just one thing. He shoots it great, especially in clutch shots. He makes the right decisions for his teammates. It's always a factor of him getting his hand on the basketball defensively or trying to get an offensive rebound. He's in double-digit steals. He's averaging about 2 steals a game in conference play. So for me, knowing how this young man grew over the years, but also know that he's put a lot of work in, he's one of the top players in the SEC, and Coach Miller has done a great job. Coach Miller, throughout his career, has done a tremendous job leading the schools that he's led, specifically when he was at Xavier and then obviously at Arizona. I've been able to have a front row seat to watch him over the years, and there's definitely experiences that he has contributed in the game of basketball. So when you lose coaches like Buzz going and Musselman leaving, and then certain coaches retiring, and you gain a coach like Sean Miller, that keeps the profile of our conference where it needs to be. And he's one of the most successful coaches out there. And it's a reason, it's not ironic, it's a reason why he's been to 13 NCAA tournaments and had several Sweet 16s.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, MIZ.